This one simple thing is ruining your enjoyment for the hobby, and it's so easy to fix. G'day legends, Blake here with another video, and today I want to talk about something that a lot of fish keepers do without even thinking about it, and it just destroys all enthusiasm for what's going on. Now, just like in real life, and maybe some names are going to pop in your head when I say this, there's going to be people that you come across that you just absolutely can't stand. They do everything that annoys you, they grind your gears, and they really rub you the wrong way.
Hey mate, I just cooked lunch for myself, so now you've got no bread, eggs, milk, or anything else at all. If you want, I can go buy you some stuff, but I'm going to need to borrow money off you and never pay it back. Okay, thanks.
Fantastic. But it's the same with fish. There's going to be fish that are just not compatible with each other or with the environment that you're trying to set up. And so often, new and enthusiastic, or even old and enthusiastic fish keepers, we go to the fish store, we get a bit excited, and we end up making a big mistake. So for today's video, I'm going to cover off the 4 things that contribute to the dreaded
collectoritis
and what the fallout can be if you do succumb to this terrible, terrible curse. The first one, and I think the most obvious, is going to be impulse buying. Within the last month or so, I've picked up these fork-tailed blue eyes, these black Venezuelan corridoras, these mascara barbs, these ember tetras, these pygmy corridoras, and these snakehead gudgeons. Potentially a few other things, but if you want to see those, you'll have to subscribe to the channel and check out my future videos. Now, I'm able to do this because I have lots of aquariums, and often I have aquariums set up ready to go with no fish in them. So if I do go into a fish store and I see something that takes my fancy, I'm able to pick it up, put it in essentially quarantine by itself, and not have to worry about any compatibility issues or cycling a tank really quickly or anything like that. However, early days in the hobby, and many of us do this, we'll go in, pick something up, bring it home that day, and have absolutely no plan after that. And in addition to this, the other thing is when you just pick something up with minimal or no research at all, you think a small fish and a small fish will get together and be fine, but often a small fish can become a really big fish and cause a really big issue for you. Or the other thing is you think, my tank is so big, you know, it can fit a bit of this and a bit of that, and now it's full. Oh, except I really want a bit of this and a bit of that. And then next week, I'll also add a bit of that in. Now, I would actually say that it's a lot less work keeping 3 understocked tanks than it is keeping 1 overstocked tank. And that's because with 3 understocked tanks, you've got more elasticity. If a disease comes, you've got a bit longer to treat it, and there's less fish that are infected and so forth. Also, ammonia and waste is going to accumulate a lot less. It'll give you opportunity to go away on holidays, where if you've got this one tank that's just bursting at the seams and is chockers full of fish, then the waste is going to accumulate really quick. You're going to have to put heaps of food in there to feed all those fish, and your filtration most likely isn't going to keep up. As well as that, when things go bad, things go really bad and really quickly. So if it comes down to it and you really need those fish, just get more tanks. And another important consideration is consider what layer of the aquarium that those fish are going to inhabit. For example, a classic 60-litre tank or 2-foot aquarium like these ones behind me, if I had 3 different species of tetras in there, all inhabiting the middle part of the tank, it would seem a lot crowded, and those fish individually wouldn't have the real estate that they really want, which is that middle part. However, if you go ahead and keep cherry shrimp down the bottom, a tetra in the middle, or maybe some danios or something like that, and then a top dweller like some killifish at the top, then each of those individual fish are going to have the full surface area of that layer to occupy. They're going to have much more freedom and much more space and not really be bothered by the other inhabitants, so it's a win-win. And the last one, I think, is not considering the needs or the temperament of the particular fish. For example, these Neolamprologus multifasciatus are a pretty small fish, a bottom dweller. However, they're going to need things vastly different to these celestial Peldanios. They might be both small fish and inhabit different parts of the aquarium. However, in terms of water parameters, multi is being a Tanganyika, and they're going to want quite hard water, where these celestial Peldanios want it quite soft. And then temperament is a big factor. Multis are going to be closer to the semi-aggressive stage, where celestial Peldanios are really tame, really timid, and quite shy. So what will happen is, say you magically got the water parameters to work, well, the celestial Peldanios would just not get any food because the multis would fight them away constantly, and then the celestial Peldanios would waste away to nothing, and you'd have a multi-tank in no time. So as you can see, whilst fish stores are some of my absolute favorite places in the world, it can be a little bit dangerous with that collectoritis when it tries to set in. So just spend a couple of extra minutes and think about the actual fish and how it's going to affect your existing setups. And with that, you should be absolutely fine and enjoy the hobby. If you do want to see some combinations that do work really well, I have this video right here, which you can check out. Other than that, it always helps me out to smash like, hit subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.